breakfast sandwiches on the E-Series. Let's see how I made these. Sheesh. Hey, what's up, Griddle Nation and my fellow coast-to-coast griddlers? It's your boy Griddle Richie coming at you from the Quarantine Bar and Grill. And today I'm super excited because I'm going to be using my indoor E-Series by Blackstone. It's my first cook on this thing, so I'm super excited. I'm just making something simple, something easy, some breakfast sandwiches on bagels. I'm also going to make some potatoes with some sausage. So let's see what we're using for this, and let's get to this. So obviously I'm going to be using the E-Series. I'm going to be using the griddle kit that they recommend for this. On my eggs, I'm going to use some of the new Hatch Chili Cheddar seasoning, some seasoning salt for some potatoes. I'm going to be trying out these silicone egg rings as well, and then I have my spatula mat. I'm taking the Todd Tobin route with this and using some potatoes that are bagged, some sausage that's already frozen, some cheese, bagels, and of course some eggs. All right, enough of the intro. Let's start cooking. Guys, if it's your first time here, thanks for tuning in. If you've been here before, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Help my page out. Let's grow this thing together. Coast to coast griddlers in the house. Let's go, baby. We're gonna start off by turning on the E-Series by pushing in on the center button here. And that should fire us up, I think. Something like this. There we go. And I'm gonna set my temperature to, let's go with 350. And once we set that, we just hit this again and it'll start setting our temperature. And once your temperature is set, the temp zone will light up letting you know. One of the cool things Blackstone did with this electric griddle, I personally think, is they included this hot surface little temperature thing here, letting you know not to touch the griddle. I mean, as simple as that is to include, there are people out there that would probably touch that and then try to sue the company or something like that, just because that's what people do, unfortunately. This is almost done heating up. We have all our temperature zones here like I was talking about. So let's throw some potatoes down and start cooking on this thing. So let's get some butter down on the cooking surface. Start melting that. Using butter instead of oil, since I'm cooking indoors. And then I'm gonna get my potatoes down. Love that sizzle. Start mixing these up a little bit. And these are frozen potatoes that I'm using. You can slice up your own fresh potatoes and cook those as well. And I'm gonna hit the potatoes with just some seasoning salt. A lot of people have said how slick this cooking surface is, and I have to agree with them. I feel like I'm the Vegas Golden Knights skiing over here, except I don't want to score myself, so I added this thing on over here. This is out of the hook kit, so that way, hopefully I don't lose too much down the back hatch there. We'll see how it goes. A cool thing about the E-Series is that it has this hood right here. I'm taking full advantage of that. That way I can steam those potatoes, cook them thoroughly. That's the nice thing about the E-Series. You can either take this hood off or you can leave it on. Like I said, I'm taking full advantage of having that, so that's what I'm using while I'm cooking here. Just so you guys know, there's a company out there called Griddle Guard that is now selling a little attachment that goes on the back of your outdoor griddle. I believe I saw Cooking with the Schmidt using his on his indoor. All he did was flip it around and that seemed to hold really well. I've lost maybe 2 or 3 potatoes. I've scored on myself, self-goals, it happens. But just so you know, you guys can check them out at griddleguard.com. This is not a paid advertisement. So something I did mid-cook is I turned up the temperature to 400. The only reason why is I noticed when I have the griddle top open without the hood, the temperature drops a little bit. So when the hood is down, the temperature was holding at 350, but since I have to stir these every once in a while, I turned up the temperature to 400. That way I don't have to worry about if my potatoes are fully cooked or not. So next time I'll just start off at a higher heat and I can adjust from there. So these potatoes look like they're done. It took me about 10 to 15 minutes to make these, a little bit longer than I was expecting, but that's my own fault. Like I said, I turned the temperature up, and once I did that, that definitely helped. So let me get these off and start making my eggs and my sausage and get these sandwiches built. A little more butter on our cooking surface here. Ay, ay, ay. I need to move my fingers back. Damn near burn myself. Holy moly. Let's get some sausage down. I might just make all these. Now, I do have to say, guys, this is a little bit different from cooking outside. This surface is a lot more slick. The temperatures vary a little bit. Yeah, and I think it's just like anything else you do. You just have to get used to cooking with it. So, trial and error, I guess. While I'm making these sausages, I'm going to use the tongs. You know you have to have that mandatory tong clicking, otherwise you're not cooking. Let's get these flipped over. I still have my temperature set at 400 with these. I let them defrost before I threw them on here for about 10 minutes. Cooking up and crusting up perfectly. Heck yeah, look at that. Heck yeah. Let's get these finished up and then we'll get our eggs and start building our sandwich. Damn tongs, tongs. I like it when the tongs go. I like it when the tongs go. These sausages definitely cooked up a little bit faster, but I think that's because I'm figuring out the temperature control. Like I said, it's a trial and error. I would probably start cooking things on a high and then turning them down from there in future cooks, just until I figure it out. Unlike my griddle, the 28-inch Pro Series that I have outside, I cook everything on low just because how hot that surface gets. That's just my recommendation. When you're doing this, start off on high, turn your temperatures down from there. Okay? Okay. Now that these sausages are done, let's pull those off and start getting our eggs cooking. All right, guys, this is my first time using the Blackstone silicone egg rings as well. What I did off camera is I buttered the inside of those just to try to prevent any sticking. Let's get these on here. I didn't add any more oil. I'm using the same oil from the sausage. So far, pretty good. Everything's holding inside. That's a good thing. That means my counters are nice and level. Now, I can't do that whole fancy one egg cracking thing with your hand. All right. Let's get some eggs going. Yeah. Let's bring this camera in closer. Holding pretty nicely, I must say. Let's try to take these egg rings off. Oh Lord, please don't let me mess this up. Give it a little shape. Okay, okay. I see you, okay. Oh yeah, look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, sir. Nice, perfect, over easy eggs. We're just gonna give this a quick flip. The little flick of the wrist, flick of the wrist. I'm also gonna start adding my bagels on here. Putting those to the outer corners there, since those are a little bit cooler temperatures than the outside. All right, let's see if I can flip this here. Oh, I might have messed that up a little bit. Oh, what the save? All right, just gonna leave that on there for just a quick minute. Okay, I'm gonna flip my bagels back over. Have just a nice little seasoning crust on there. I'm gonna put my egg on top of that. Flick it up, flick it up, flick it up, wrist. Flick it up, flick it up, flick it up, wrist. And what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna start adding my cheese on top of that. So let's grab our cheese. Cheese, as the young kids say. And just throw that on top of that there. You know what, let's go double. Let's go double. I guess that one only gets a half. Somebody's getting missed out. And I'm gonna add some sausage on top of that. Little baby sausages. Let's go with 2 pieces of sausage on each one here. Something like that. Yeah, something like that. And we'll add our top on here. And let's close our surface down. Let's get these melted up. And then we're gonna enjoy some breakfast here. Oh, look at that egg drip. Ooh, we got that drip. All right, I might have pressed a little bit too hard on that. That's why we got the egg drip early. But that's okay, we're gonna be eating these anyway. So what I did off camera is I added a little bit of water so I can steam this to melt the cheese. Let's take a peek. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. These look done, guys, so I'm gonna take these off the griddle. Look at that. And I'm gonna enjoy breakfast. Now that these are done, let's cut them up here. I need a better knife. Heck yeah. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's a good looking breakfast. So my first thoughts on cooking on the E-Series, it's gonna take a little getting used to, that's for sure. I thought it was gonna be like cooking outside on my traditional griddle. It's definitely not. You have to get used to the temperature. That's probably the biggest thing, is just figuring out, like I said, I'll probably start off on high and then work my way back down low if I need to, instead of starting low, working my way high. It was a little bit easier with the potatoes. This cook altogether maybe took 15, 20 minutes, but that's my own fault. Again, not knowing the temperature controls. I'm definitely gonna like this because it's 120 today in Vegas, which is super hot to be cooking outside on a griddle. It was still a little bit warm inside, but nothing compared to outside. So now that these breakfast sandwiches are done, like I like to say, there's only one thing left to do. Right back. On a scale of 1 to 10, the sandwich itself is by far a 10. The sandwich is amazing. I'd rather make these than go to your traditional breakfast places, you know, like the one that sells a lot of breakfast sandwiches. I personally like my own sandwiches better, just because you can put whatever you want. You can add your own seasonings instead of depending on what they're giving you. Again, the griddle itself is fantastic. It's gonna take a little getting used to, but that's it for this. The cleanup actually is super easy, super slick surface, so it makes it really easy. One of the things that I did not include was how the griddle says hot surface after, so it lets you know when you can touch to clean that. So don't go thinking you can just put this in the dishwasher or wash it right after you're done cooking, because you will burn yourself. It is hot. Wait for that thing to cool down before you start cleaning it. Anyways, that's it for this video, guys. First cook on the E-Series. Hope you guys liked it. Stay tuned for the next one.